Hey there. How are you doing tonight?
I've got a secret.
Oh. What could that be?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Okay, let's see.
Would
Let's
like to
see.
know.
What do you?
You would? Well, you have to guess. I'll give you 4 or 6 guesses.
Did you get a new pantsuit for Joan?
No, but she would look good in it.
Yeah.
Are you secretly an African prince?
No, but I would be good at it.
Well, what is it?
I said I would give you 4 or 6 guesses.
Oh God. Okay.
What? That's too long.
No. We can do this. Okay. Let's see.
Gotta work for this secret, baby.
Are you from another dimension?
Maybe, but that's not this specific secret that I'm referencing when I say I've got a secret.
Is it the book that Oprah was peddling for a while years back?
I have that book, but that's the secret, not a secret.
Ah, damn, you're right.
The real secret is twofold. 1, I'm a pedant, and 2, I worship the devil.
Oh, you've also seen Coming to America then.
Wait, coming to America or coming to America?
No, Coming to America.
Coming to America?
Yeah, Coming to America.
So what? So is that what it is?
Is that?
I've never heard of either of those things.
Well, should we talk about it anyway?
Yeah, I suppose. Hey, he worships the devil, everybody. Let's get in here.
Running fastest, kill outfit. It's futuristic, like Carnegie the Magnificent. Rewind your VCR, rewind your cassette. Nintendo pilots, flying up ahead. Captain's log, John Luke, Bahn. Boomerang, sea of live, the weather covered shine. Out on your street tonight. Don't matter how loud you gotta shout it. Out on your street tonight.
3, 2, 1. Ren.
That goes so cool. It's got those little kids in there.
Oh, that was the giant dude with the rope.
Yeah, with
Oh, shit, you're right, yeah.
Want and ignorance.
Yeah.
Ignorance and
Ignorance and want.
Yeah.
want. Man, I'm gonna name my kid Want.
Want Gutsche.
Want
Hey.
Gutsche. That's what
I say every time we're about to record.
I want
I want
Gutsche.
Gutsche. I want Gutsche.
Ooh, Aaron Carter, my soulmate.
I'm sorry, Aaron Carter is the
What?
first person you think of when you hear I want candy?
Yep, because he's my soulmate. We are bonded by our souls, by our very souls. We were born on the exact same minute. Not same minute. I don't know what minute he was born, but same day. So,
Wow.
yep. It's one of the worst
Wow.
people to be exactly as old as.
Yeah. All right, anything else?
I love you too.
No.
Me too.
No.
I love you too, but... No?
That was a response to me and not
Oh,
if there's anything
that
else.
would have been good. That would have been
I love
good.
you too. I love you too.
Shit.
No.
That's terrible. No.
I feel like the arm movement is just it's such an open arm movement too. It's just-
With arms wide open. No, I don't love you.
I reject
Yeah.
your love.
Welcome to Contextual Deviance. My name is Christian Hagen. Each episode, we watch a movie, and then we talk about it through a series of randomly generated critical contexts provided to us via our contextual computer. We don't know how we're going to talk about this movie. No one does. Even the computer doesn't. It does its little calculations in the middle of the episode, and it feeds them out to us. So, we're going to end up talking about this movie like no one else has ever talked about it before. And joining me on that adventure are my dear friends and co-hosts, Misters David Gutsche.
I pictured myself with antlers when you said dear friends.
And Matthew Bahn.
I pictured David with antlers when you said dear friends.
Yeah,
I think it would
well,
look
I mean,
good.
You would.
You're such a buck, David.
Oh yeah, and I'm ready to have sex.
Speaking of deer, we this time watched a film that has nothing to do with deer. I couldn't think of a good link. This time around, we watched a film, a classic comedy that has recently received a sequel that we haven't watched yet, and I feel okay about that. But the original is a comedy classic from 1989. It is Coming to America, starring Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, James Earl Jones, just so many people. So many people in this movie. It is the story of Prince Akeem from the fictional African nation of Zamunda, who comes to America to find a queen to marry, or like a bride who will eventually be queen when he becomes king. From America. Anyway, it's a romping good time, full of all sorts of fish out of water mishaps and foibles. It's just full of foibles.
It's
full of
foibin at the gills. It's stuffed with foibs.
Such foibs.
Aw.
It's not Foibs Top 100.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say.
My favorite business magazine is Foibs.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, on that note, I say we should just get right on into their contexts that we do. How's that sound to you boys?
Sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds all right with me.
All right.
And how about you, David?
Oh, I'm down. Yeah.
Sweet.
And how about you, dear David? Context
got any
number
more?
All right, context number one. One of these characters is imagining the whole thing. Who is it?
Whoa. Oh.
Oh.
There's some.
All right.
There's some fun. Like almost every character that I can think of is fun. Wow. Like, okay, I just came up with a storyline for like 6 different people, but the first one, weirdly, that I want to zone in on, is gonna be Lisa's dad.
I was just gonna say Lisa's dad. Oh my god.
Oh shit, that's awesome. I love it. Okay, so yeah, so that's kind of the explanation for like, for what the fuck. Because he can't explain why all this went down, but eventually, like, I think it maybe even starts, like, it's true up until Lisa starts dating someone new that's not Daryl, the rich man that he loves, and he goes, oh, I hate this guy, and then he starts imagining the whole thing. I guess so that kind of goes against the principle of him imagining the whole thing, because it ignores the word whole. But
well, or he is so he wants his daughter to have a better life. He wants her to marry someone who's rich because that's the kind of, dad he is. And then maybe the financial situation or something with the restaurant starts to get worse. So he imagines that, he was imagining her rich boyfriend. He now imagines an even richer boyfriend.
I love that. Yep. Yeah, like somehow. And how could that be possible? How could she marry someone who he both likes, but also is extremely rich, like richer than,
and both of them
anyone.
treat her well too. It's like neither Daryl nor Akeem like treat Lisa shittily.
No.
So in her dad's mind, it's 2 men who treat her well, who both have a lot of money, and the one who has the most money ends up marrying her.
Yeah. Wow. Weird. That's a compelling argument. Like, he creates a fantasy in which she can basically be in a Twilight love triangle with 2 very rich people.
Yeah. Goes from somebody that was rich enough to take care of her to somebody that's rich enough to take care of her and him.
And
an entire country.
Really
like,
good.
It would explain how there's just so much incomprehensible wealth coming out of that royal family. Like, there's an amount of money that's just like, I'm sorry. No, you don't have that much money. No one has that much money.
No, their subjects are probably just very poor.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing we don't talk about with Zamunda.
Yeah.
Is if they're this rich, what does the rest of their country look like?
That's royalty for you, baby.
Yeah.
Maybe it used to be that up until the late 80s, there were 2 African countries that had vibranium resources.
Yeah.
And then they just like mined theirs and sold it off to shit
Everyone
for a quick buck.
is rich because of vibranium.
Yeah.
They
And that's just
privatized their
unspoken.
vibranium industry, and they just lost all the
I
money.
love that
Yeah.
a lot. I'm a big fan of that. Wow.
Let's see.
What's their
So
last name? McDowell's. McDowell is.
McDowell's.
I was trying to remember what McDonald's adjacent name they had, but then he could probably stop with his whole McDowell's gig and just be like, I remember the.
I really enjoyed like they have the golden arches, we have the golden arcs.
Arcs.
They have the Big Mac, we have the Big Mick. Like in my
Like, you're not
memory of
even
that
trying.
bit. In my memory of that bit, it was something that was slightly more off from the
it's
beaten path,
dead
so you
on.
could conceivably do it
Dead
without
on.
getting sued, and it's like, no.
It's so good.
Yeah. He doesn't have to do that anymore. Now he can just start something like, I don't know, like Burger King, since he's royalty.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. No, that's
That's
good. I
not-
think he could run with that.
It reminds me a bit of that Nathan For You sketch where he tries to circumvent copyright law by creating a parody Starbucks called Stupid Starbucks.
Yes. Yeah. Wait, wasn't it Dumb Starbucks?
Or Dumb Starbucks, and everything on the menu is exactly the
dumb
same. It
that.
just says, it's just dumb that.
Yep. And it worked. I mean, Starbucks didn't like it, and I feel like I remember there was legal action, but you know,
And I don't believe there was ever more than one. But
Still.
if that had been a chain, I
Dumb
would have
Starbucks.
shopped there a
Dumb
lot.
Starbucks. I wish that our binary was like not Starbucks and Dunkin', but it was Starbucks and Dumb Starbucks. I would like that so much.
Well, I
more.
guess around here it's like Starbucks and Caribou.
And Caribou, yeah, but that's only in like Midwest and the surrounding states. But this isn't
Actually,
a coffee
it's out-
shop chain
when I-
podcast.
That's true. When I moved out to
Yeah.
DC, they started
yeah?
their inroads into the East Coast.
Oh, I'm
So
proud
I
of you,
think they're out
Caribou.
there now.
Get out there,
I don't-
baby. Make it happen with your
Jesus,
log cabin
Jesus.
aesthetic on the coasts. Sorry. I just love my Caribou.
Aw,
More like
I
Caribou.
Caribou you.
I'm pretty sure the DC Caribou is where Brandon got picked up by the ambulance while me and Wes were touring the White House.
Oh,
That
I
coffee's
can't
so
remember
good.
why did that happen.
Like severe food poisoning, I think.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
I hate that.
we ate at a burger joint that cooks their burgers pink instead of cooked all the way through, and so you get sick.
That's risky.
Yep.
Was it Caribou?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do
Caribou's
burgers.
on the East Coast they do burgers. Yeah,
Yeah, they love
Yeah.
those burgers. Wow.
They're
East
Caribou
Coast
burgers.
I mean, I bet you could make a burger out of a caribou. I'm just saying.
Oh well, definitely Caribou burger. Yeah,
Yeah, caribou burger.
Yeah, they're big animal.
They're a
grind that meat.
elephant burger, whale burger. If it's a big animal, you can burg it. Take it from
Yeah.
me, David.
It's a middle name Thomas.
Not even.
I know it's not.
How have I not heard that joke a billion times? Where someone is like, take it from me, and it's just them.
It's just them, and they don't say credentials. There's no
There's no
reason you
reason
should
to
take it
from
from me.
them.
Just hey, listen to me. My name. That's it.
Oh,
That's
fuck,
it.
that's good.
Anyway, who else could be imagining this whole movie?
Yeah. Back to the
Because there's a lot.
context.
We got a lot to mine through here.
I mean, Lisa's the other option, of course.
Oh yeah. Maybe feeling a little bored with Daryl, you know, and thinking like that she'd need a good excuse because like Daryl's good. Daryl's not awful, but he's not like the dream.
Yeah.
He makes her dad
And-
happy, but doesn't make her happy.
Right, and she's worried about what her dad thinks. So it's presumable that she would want to imagine a scenario where she could break up with Daryl, but still be with someone with the amount of money
Yeah.
to make her
Yeah.
dad happy.
Exactly.
Who also made her happier than Daryl does.
Yep. Right. And one of the only ways to do that is for it to be some kind of like weird misunderstanding fish out of water scenario where she gets swept up in this big drama and like her imagination kind of goes on this creative trail. But that's compelling. I think that works.
It's got some rom-com elements to it, which I think could be conceivably like...
Oh, yeah.
Like, she saw a movie and thought about, what if she was in that situation, sort of thing, and then extrapolated from there.
Yeah. I think it makes a lot more sense for basically anybody that's not a part of the Jaffer family. Is that the royal family of Zamunda?
Yep.
Yeah. Because from their perspective, a lot of this is very troubling and like stressful, and I don't see a reason for them to make up basically anything except the ending. And even the ending is kind of like, oh, I guess we'll do that because you love her, but like, you know, this was a big pain. Again, so I don't feel like it makes sense for any of them to be imagining it. I think it's mostly America folks that it makes sense.
Mostly America folks.
Mostly America folks.
I thought maybe about the woman who was going to marry Akeem at the beginning.
Ooh.
Like, she just, it turns out she doesn't want to either.
That character was profoundly scary.
Yeah.
Whew. Ooh, let me tell you. So,
Okay,
here's
we're
the
here.
ways. I have 6 ways. In this talk, I will tell you how that character was profoundly
Countdown 6 ways that this character from Coming to America was super scary.
scary. Number 3. We're going to start in the middle.
Will shock you.
Number 3, the time she hopped away on one foot. I don't remember anything else that happened, but it was pretty scary.
That one's also kind of tricky because she basically is imagining herself not becoming a queen.
Yeah, and it's
doesn't
clear
seem
that
very
like,
plausible.
that's her dream. That's her goal.
Well, it's the only thing that she knows.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like she was raised
100%
from
the only-
being a baby to say yes to Mr. King, which is nasty.
Actually, come to think of it, it would have to be someone in America because so much of the movie is about the specificity of living in America and like the sort of day-to-day struggles that people go through that they don't think about from their like position of royalty.
That's a good point.
And also the images that they have of Africa are so let's say stylized,
Fantastical.
fantastical,
And one might
that it would
even-
make sense
yeah,
for
shit.
an American person to be imagining that.
It's
whole
almost
thing.
like Eddie Murphy that made this movie. An American person.
Yeah, who would have thought? Or
Yeah,
John
no,
Landis.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Eddie Murphy didn't just make this movie, but he does have writing credit on the story. So
Yes.
I don't know how much that's worth.
Probably worth a lot of money.
Oh, I bet. Who?
I don't know either.
You know, it's funny. I said that there were a lot of people that could be imagining it, and I think pretty much anybody. Like, fun one. Sam Jackson, who holds up the store.
Okay. How does that one work?
Well, basically, he describes how he got taken out by a janitor when he was trying to rob a store. Because
understand he's actually royalty.
Yeah, he
justifies
justifies
it like,
it with this.
well, it turns out he was an African prince. Well, why does that make sense? Why would he be working at this? Why would he work as a
Exactly.
janitor at a fast food place? Well, because he was in love with the owner's daughter. Well, then why wouldn't he just tell her that? Well, because he's a prince and she wants her to love him for him. And so it's just like it just spirals
Yep.
in this weird
Because
explanation.
because of this unspoken other character, his friend or whoever, interrogating him about why his story doesn't make
I like
sense.
to think it's somebody in prison who's like giving him shit
Yeah.
about why he's there
Oh,
and
cool.
like
You're
he's
in here because
he's
you
trying
couldn't
so
even
hard to
rob
sound
a
cool.
McDowell's.
You got taken out by a janitor at a burger joint.
Oh wow!
I love it if this was Nick Fury's origin story, where he's like, "I need to start something where I'm on top of this shit."
he's in prison and somebody comes to him and is like, "We believe you have a certain set of skills.
Putting together a team.
Put it together."
Yay! Yeah, I do think Nick Fury origin story is a good interpretation of Coming to America.
Yeah, any movie should be a Nick Fury origin story if it has Samuel L. Jackson in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Black Snake Moan.
He is like wow. He is like many.
I jumped straight to the worst example.
Hey, you know, I don't know if that's the worst. No, it is. It is.
Yeah.
That is the worst example.
Just in terms of the fact that he's a very old man in that film.
So old, man.
So old.
It's so sad. He's so old.
It's so sad how old he
It makes
is.
me so sad when people are old.
Bumped into this old lady yesterday, and I was just like, "Oh, I'm so sad for you."
Oh,
so sad. He's like, why?
So
It's just because you're so old.
Yeah,
People love
Bye.
it when you say that.
Bye. Bye.
Okay. So
You're helping an old lady cross the street. Wow. This is so sad. What? You're so old. Anyway, bye.
Anyway.
Got to the other side. Okay.
I think the other possibilities, like just to throw them out there, we don't have to go into them, are like Queen Aeolian. I think she would be fun. Because it seems like she believes in it a little bit more, like King Jeffrey Joffer or Jaffa Joffer.
Jaffa Joffer.
Amazing. Clearly wants his son to have a nice life, but is very sold on the like having servants love you and give you hand jobs in baths is the cool way to have a nice life.
Throw rose petals everywhere you want.
Right, exactly.
Which he's not wrong. He's not wrong that that's a way to have a nice life.
Yeah.
His face is amazing. When there's a specific moment that I wrote down in my notes, he has a look on his face which is just pure jubilee on his mouth. He's just so happy when Oha, the servant guy, the announcer guy who also sings that song when they get married.
Oh, that's when he sings that song. It's so fucking good. Sorry.
Yeah, they're having a conversation about the baths, and then Akeem says, "I do enjoy the baths," and like, James Earl Jones's face lights up in a way that I've never seen before. Like, yeah, he's like, yeah, you do, because it's the best thing ever, and I gave them to you. Like, he's just so simultaneously proud and horny in that moment, and it's so funny. Anyway,
Every time James Earl Jones talks about sowing his royal oats, but he's got the deep booming James Earl Jones voice, and he's talking about basically his son going to America and fucking a bunch of people.
God, I want to have somebody overdub his lines from this movie with Mufasa.
oh my god,
Or vice versa.
Good.
Or vice versa, yeah.
Where Simba is Prince Akeem, and he's telling him to go sow his royal oats.
No, that's what I'm saying is, use the dialogue from this movie in, like...
Oh, sorry, I was thinking the other way around.
Switch
like
it. Do 'em
him
both,
as
baby.
Mufasa in
Do 'em both.
Coming to America. Yeah.
Wow. But I think Queen Aeolian, like, especially in that final couple scenes in the McDowell house, is like clearly pushing for like Akeem to get what is good for him and not what his dad wants necessarily, which is cool. So I think maybe she kind of, this might be a fantasy for her because she may even be she's a woman trapped in this system. Like, there's a very good chance that she knows she can't get out of it, but she wants Akeem to be able to empower his wife to like maybe be the change for the country. That's my weak sort of reason that maybe she would be like, I'm not going to do this. I wish someone had done this for me, kind of thing. Yeah.
The last one I can think of would be the old men from Trading Places.
The people that are just outside, down on their luck. They need that money. What a fun bit of trivia.
And of course, because they're two old white guys, their conception of this wealthy black person who gives them money must be an African prince.
That's actually a good call. I don't hate that take. Like,
it's the guy from the emails.
Yeah.
There were no emails.
Yeah, the guy
there were
from
no
the
emails. The guy from the
I've heard of you. Oh, I'm glad you're finally out of Nigeria. You were stuck there
the email
for so
guy.
long. Wow. Yeah, I like that. The only way a black person could have a lot of money is if they were from Africa and a prince. Yep.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
If you're an old white man in the 80s, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Could also be a story that they're telling Cuba Gooding Jr. while he's getting a haircut. Like just the barber shop, like it's telling his whole story.
I forgot about that. There's so many like little cameos in this movie too.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, that's a good idea because especially that character, like the one barber, tells stories about how he's encountered. Like, I sat next to Martin Luther King on this particular time, and like all that. Like, so that's actually a good one. That the character imagining the whole thing so that it can be a big story that he tells in the barbershop. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
No, that does make sense.
Checks out.
I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's hilarious. All right, let's move on to another context.
Yeah, that was one context.
That was one whole context.
Well, we had a lot to say about it.
Yeah,
some of them we don't. Superlatives. Who won? Who lost? And why?
Ooh.
Best hair goes to the Reverend.
Hell yeah. No, seriously, so good. Best.
I mean, I don't know.
Here's my argument.
Who has the most soul glow? Because Daryl's working so hard on his hair.
Oh, he definitely has the most soul glow.
Man, best hair. It's kind of a crime to give it to someone that doesn't have soul glow going on. But I think
Right,
you're
that's
right,
true.
Bahn. Because here's the thing. Every year in the National Basketball Association, there's a big ol', yeah, that's right. Put your chins on your hands. I'm about to drop something on you. Every year in the National Basketball Association, there's a big to-do about what valuable means in most valuable player. What does that mean? Does it mean the best player in the league? Does it mean the player that adds the most wins to their team? Does it mean the player that brings a bad team into being a good team, or the best player on the best team? What does it mean? And I think best hair is very similar. Does
Most
best
valuable
mean,
hair?
Exactly. Does it mean the most effective, the one that most communicates a thing about a character? Because if that's the case, Reverend 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, yep.
But does it mean
that's a
the
good
one
argument.
I like looking at the most? Not
No.
Reverend 10 out of 0 out of 10 times. Please get it away from me. Put it in the garbage. So, like,
terrifying.
There's definitely an argument to be made for the word
sure.
best being a little bit more flexible than we might imagine. You can like and subscribe to my channel. I will be unpacking the ways that the NBA mirrors Coming to America and Contextual Deviance, specifically that intersection of three things, every week for 30 to 40 minutes. So,
Oh,
consider
great.
subscribing.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I've decided to make a show about our show and two other things every week. I'm going to release it more often than we release this show.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey man, more power to you. Sweet, get those bucks, baby.
Yeah, baby,
Get
I gotta get that
monetized.
YouTube sponsorship. Anyway,
Yeah.
best hair, possibly that guy or possibly Daryl, but it's got to be one of them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. No one cares about their hair in this movie more than Daryl.
so
That's true.
That's for sure.
Which is why I think we should just really twist in the knife by not giving it to him.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. He doesn't get anything he wants in this movie, and he almost doesn't deserve it.
He kind of
I don't know. He doesn't really do anything,
What's
but he's
weird
just
about
kind of like,
Daryl is just such a strange character because he doesn't suck enough for us to not like him. Like,
yeah.
he's just rich and not amazing. Like, he's
Right.
not actually bad. I kind of
He's just very
expected-
conceited and
Yeah.
and has a lot of money. That's about
yeah,
it.
but he's just dull. He's not like
Mm-hmm.
actually evil or bad or in some way gross. And I expected the movie to make him more gross because he's the rival. He's the one that, like, you know, and so I kind of like that, to be fair. It's like not pitting them against each other. And it's just like, well, sorry, Daryl. This guy's cooler. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bye.
Sorry.
Everybody has
Bye.
the agency to do that. You don't need to break up with somebody just because you know that there's somebody cooler, but you have to have like a really good reason to break up with somebody. Garbage.
Yeah.
He's a little gross because if you're like making out and your hand gets all up in his hair, then your hands are all wet, and greasy and stuff, and that's gross.
When his family members sit up from the couch and there's just like a patch of
spots.
soul glow on the
Yeah.
wall. So classic.
Nasty.
So classic.
I didn't get that one at first, and then I was like, soul glow. Love it. It's a good joke. It's a very good joke.
That's a good joke, Medi.
Okay. So he
Okay.
does not win best hair. Reverend wins best hair.
Well, oh God, yeah, we'll give it to the Reverend. Just fine. We'll
Just
give it to
to
the
move
Reverend. You've made your argument. I exceed.
Now, most valuable
but-
player. Who's the MVP of this movie?
LeBron.
LeBron.
Probably-
Gotta be every year.
Yep.
Yeah, it's got to be Braun.
Forget
Unfortunately.
voter fatigue. It doesn't
I don't
matter.
What other awards can we give out?
Okay. Best...
Oh wait, what's worst hair? What's worst
Ooh,
hair?
worst hair. Daryl. Gotta be that guy.
Yep.
Gotta be.
Well,
I feel
shame,
like
but-
I had some reactions to some hair in this movie. It's got
There's a lot.
like there's a
yeah.
lot of bad hair in this movie, and I feel like we're probably forgetting someone that had some really dank, nasty hair. The Reverend,
some of the hair
course,
in-
being bad, but
Some of the hair in the barber shop is pretty
Yeah.
pretty wild.
was it Saul? Is that his name? The
Yeah.
Jewish character. That
yeah,
everybody
I was
plays?
actually okay.
Saul,
here's
Saul.
one. Here's what best character, like, of the multiple people who play multiple roles.
Yeah.
The best of those, like, multiple role things, and I gotta say, it's gotta be Saul.
Saul's
That transformation
so
is
good.
insane.
No,
It's
honestly,
like the craziest.
shocking.
Like
Yeah.
makeup and prosthetics haven't been that good. Aren't that good in movies now?
No,
Yeah.
amazing. And his voice.
haven't topped
and
it before
everything
or
is
since.
So good.
Yeah.
Whew.
Like, if they didn't show that in the credits that it was him, I could have been convinced that that was just, like, a dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's,
I know.
It's wild.
it's crazy.
So good. I loved it. Yeah, absolutely. Best Eddie Murphy style. I'm two characters in this movie guy. Saul. Saul for sure. Which is
him and
definitely
Arsenio both
a
have a few of them.
category that we should
Yeah.
have in the future. Best Eddie Murphy
word-
style. I'm two guys in this movie.
Yeah, exactly. Worst would be extremely ugly girl, which is the official credit for the female that Arsenio Hall plays
Yeah.
in the nightclub.
Yeah, so we should give that to best looking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Best looking.
because Arsenio makes a pretty beautiful woman. in a lot of
Legitimately.
ways.
Like
Yeah.
I wrote it down because I said, okay, so first I have a whole note that says the whole montage of women sitting down auditioning in the club is amazing. It starts with Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall, or Akeem and what's Arsenio Hall's name?
Semi.
Semi, thank you. Akeem and Semi sit down, and the woman stares at them with the biggest eyes and says, "I have a secret." Which is something that no one should ever say to anyone else as a first thing that you say.
And
to
her
that
secret
person.
was?
I worship the devil. Which is just like such a great way to kick off this montage. Then they sit in this booth and they're just being kind of like they're being shown over and over with some nice
What's
cuts.
great about that, though, is how Eddie Murphy's smile does not go away.
No, he's like, okay,
All right, okay,
I'm
interesting.
listening. But the whole montage is amazing. There's a rap duo called Peaches and Sugar Cube, and
I would like
they
to come
are
back to them.
amazing. And I think the movie does them a discredit by making it seem like a joke because they rule. Like, they're awesome.
I was gonna say quick category. Who among the if you had to
yes.
pick a love interest from this movie besides the main people, like
both
you
of
can't
them.
pick Lisa, you can't pick Akeem. Who would you want to get with? And I would say one or both of the rap
Peaches and
twins,
Sugar Cube.
if they would be willing.
Yep.
But more to the point,
Yeah. So good.
those two were amazing. How about
Seriously.
you, Bond? Is there anyone in that lineup you would have? I can't remember.
Honestly,
who all.
Arsenio Hall, and here's why. And my note continues, and it ends with Arsenio Hall dressing in drag and honestly being incredibly hot. Is it a dream? I don't understand it, but I love it. Like, it got really surreal because, like, Semi was on one side, and then they cut, and then Arsenio Hall was there on the other side, and I was like, oh, dang, okay, David Lynch, fun, cool. And he looked good. And I was like, oh, shit. So, like, I'm ready to say that the movie takes a turn at that moment, and Semi is like, Akeem, I've been in love with you for a long time. I've been your best friend for a long time, and I just gotta say, because like they have a good vibe, they have good chemistry. I think they could make it work.
They're pretty contentious, but in like a sort of cutesy kind of way.
Definitely a Mr. and Mr. Smith kind of way, though, for sure.
Absolutely.
Anyway, yeah, Peaches and Sugar Cube rule very hard, and they
Peaches
probably
and
have
Sugar
best song in this
Yeah.
movie. They
well,
win
the
best
next
song.
one I was going to ask is best song performance, because
there's
you've
a
got
lot, there's a lot.
you've got Soul Glow. You've
Glow.
got
Oh my God, Soul Glow is so funny.
you've got the song that I can't remember that character's name, but the King's sort of announcer.
Oh,
the song
Oha
he sings at the
sings.
wedding.
Yeah.
Oha sings at the wedding.
Wow, yeah,
And
I forgot
then,
about that song. So funny.
There's Randy Walker's song with his band Sexual Chocolate when they do I believe the children are our future.
God, Sexual Chocolate.
And he just keeps Sexual Chocolate.
He just keeps saying his band's name. Wow. Yep. And are there any other performances? Because I feel like a lot of them, they're kind of front loaded.
Yeah. The one that I would probably vote for is Oha's song at the wedding, because it comes out of nowhere. It goes so much longer than I expected to, and his voice goes so many places.
And then he just goes back to being a regular guy after that.
He's
And
just
everybody's just kind of like, sure, I guess that's just what happens at these things. People just sing really long R&B songs and then they stop, and it's cool. It's just cool.
So good.
Yep, I think that one does win best song.
Yeah.
What about best outfit? There's a lot of them.
Ooh, there are a lot of outfits.
That's tough.
A lot of outfits.
God.
I really like their I Love New York outfits when they first go get a bunch of...
It's just all a bunch of touristy bullshit.
Those were fun. Those were nice.
Those were good. I would say I gotta be honest. The King's goddamn lion coat is just...
Oh, yeah.
It's so hard to top.
Very cool.
I actually think that the dress that the woman who was going to be the queen, or that was going to marry Akeem, I thought that was a very cool dress.
Yeah.
Agreed.
There's actually a lot of cool dresses
Yeah.
in that segment of the movie.
That's a good point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's the costuming for that alone was probably incredibly expensive. Like all of those throne room scenes with all of those dancers and attendants that are rich, like that's a ton of stuff. And none of it was half. It was all 100%. They went hard on that. And that is it's a lot of money and a lot of time. A lot of extras dressed to the nines, as they say.
Yeah, you can't like digital makeup that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can now.
Especially in 89.
Yeah.
Oh, in 89. Please.
Oh, please.
Come on.
In that economy? That's my new thing. Forget this economy. In that economy? It's a fun new bit.
I would say worst outfit then would have to be the official uniform of the McDowell's restaurant.
Oh, hard to look at.
Hard to look at.
Hard to get to. That's a fun little guy for you Joss Whedon fans out there.
It's a fun little guy for you Joss Whedon fans out there.
A dwindling number.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yep.
less said about it, the better. Okay. Any other superlatives we want to hand out for this movie?
What about best lie? Because I vote
Best lie.
rat lie was best lie.
What? Okay. What was the rat lie? I
Rat
don't
lie
remember.
was Akeem and Lisa go back to Akeem's shitty apartment, and it has been transformed into a glorious, wonderful apartment with a hot tub and a bunch of lights for some reason, and like a few TVs. And Akeem and Semi is just loving it. He's living the dream. And Akeem comes back out and he's like, "We can't go inside because I said I was poor and I can't give away my secret, even though you'll probably love that I have the school apartment," which doesn't make any sense. And then the thing he decides to lie is, "There's a big rat. We can't go in there." There's a big rat, which is just not a good lie. But it made me. But it was so fun. So maybe that's worst lie, but most fun lie to watch, because there's a big rat is not a reason that you can't go in someone's apartment. Like, you just go get it.
I mean, if someone opened a door and they're like, "There's a big rat," I'd be like, "Okay, we can stay out here.
We can make out in the hallway. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. We don't have to go in."
That's cool. I'm down. What I love is that Lisa was like, "I'll go kill the rat. Like, give me that."
Yeah, that's right. She was fully gung ho about it.
I love rats. Yeah, I think that's my nomination. Even though now that I think about it, maybe not best in terms of execution. not a great lie.
Not the most effective line, but it did technically work in the sense that they went somewhere else.
That's true. Although I don't think she didn't buy it. She was like, "There's no rat, is there?" And he's like, "I'm just so sad," or something. I don't remember it. It didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love that rat.
Man, R.I.P. that rat.
Pour one out.
All right, let's do another context, you boys.
Yeah, dog, you boy. Hey, I have something really fun to share with you real quick, and then we can get back into it. I just got a political ad on Facebook for a person running for city council in Ward 9, which is fun. Makes sense based on a lot of my internet activity. Totally cool. I'm glad I'm getting targeted by these things. This candidate's name is Mickey Moore. We need more, is his slogan, which is, haha, very cool. one of the second line on why Ward 9 needs Mickey Moore is, unlike many of the current elected officials, he is not political. I can't.
I want to
can't
throw
with you,
that
Mickey.
concept into the sun.
It's so dumb.
You can't.
It's so
you are
insanely
literally
stupid.
Running for political office. What are you doing? That makes me want to unvote for you. What do you mean you are not political?
The part that hurts my heart is that there's going to be a lot of people where that works. Like that line.
Be like,
There's going to
"Oh,
be some people.
finally.
I'm not going to say a lot.
Drain the swamp,
Probably
baby."
definitely
There's gonna
more
be
than
a
there
lot.
should be.
There's going to be.
If it's more than one, it's too many.
Yeah.
Yep, I love that.
So
Because
too many people are gonna
that's so fucking stupid. I'm leaving that in the
political. I
episode,
just pay
by the way.
attention enough to know I want to
Yeah,
replace
let's
these
trash
guys.
him. Honestly,
Yeah.
that sucks so bad. Like, fuck that.
All right.
What's amazing
Next
is I feel like maybe I
Oh,
agree
sorry,
with
go
a lot of his policies. Anyway, go ahead. Like,
I'm not
political
political.
either?
Here are my policies.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah, but
political,
he
but
has
here's
them.
what I believe in politically.
oh fuck.
What a fucking idiot. God. Either the candidate's an idiot or whoever's running their communications is an idiot.
I hope it's communications, but it's so rough that it's probably.
But they're also representing the candidate.
It
The
had to be
candidate at some
something
point
to
had to
sign
have at
off
least
on.
looked at
be
it.
like, yeah, this is cool. Put this in all caps.
It's in all caps too? Eesh, yikes.
Oh, yeah, baby.
No. Oh my god. Alright, let's do another context. Oh, you guys. Oh, my beautiful boys.
Tell me.
We're gonna put a stand in it.
Yes.
We are putting a stand
This
in
movie can
it.
use a stand.
This movie needs a stand.
It craves a stand. Much like the citizens of New York crave a Big Mick from McDowell's.
McDowell's.
This movie craves a stand. Oh,
I
perfect.
think-
Okay, so speaking of McDowell's, first idea, he's just Louis Anderson. Just take Louis Anderson out.
That's
and
where he
put
just
Stan.
slots in.
Yeah.
That's where
Easy.
it's just
the movie literally doesn't change, and nobody bats an eye, and maybe nobody notices. Maybe people that go back and watch Coming to
That's-
America are like, "Was it always Wayne Knight?" Yeah, probably. And they don't.
Yeah,
even
they're
care.
like it's a Mandela effect.
Exactly.
Thing. They can't quite
The
remember.
Standela
I thought it was Louis
effect.
Anderson. The
Holy shit.
Standela.
Holy shit, though, the Standela effect is real, and it is going to happen for this movie. We're going to make it happen.
Where there's an alternate dimension where every movie has Stan Podolak in it, and we're just getting slips of it from time to time. That's what this context is we're opening up the Standela effect.
Standela effect, baby.
I will
So
try to
that's-
remember to change it to that next time this comes up.
Thank you so much. But what's a more like an edgy choice? Maybe something a little
I
more
like-
brave.
I like the idea of him being Daryl with the same hair.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
With the soul glow and everything,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
that would be really
What's
funny.
interesting about that is that, like, I do think that introduces a kind of her dad liking the rich white man,
True.
and that it makes it more complicated in maybe a cool way
Yeah.
if they explore that. If the dad's like,
If-
"Hey, you need to sell
Right.
out to white dominant culture, and that's what's going to make our family happy," which is kind of an undertone from a lot of his like house stuff. Is like, look, I've basically become like, I'm kind of betraying my class a little bit. Like, it sucks. Like, and I think
Yeah.
maybe that has something that has some legs. If you put,
Yeah.
I mean, also if you put Wayne Knight as that, it gets just a little. It gets too funny. I think it gets too funny. He's just so much fun.
Yeah.
That's
But the tracksuit would work. His suit that he wears for the
Especially
Swing
when it
Squad,
gets really dirty.
like, absolutely could be a thing that Daryl wore in this movie. So I think that checks out very hard.
Instead of soul glow, it's just his flop sweat that like makes his hair look.
he like collects it into a jar and then sprays it, spritzes it.
Oh no!
I mean, in Space Jam, he fulfills the Semi role. Basically, he is the assistant
Yeah.
of sorts to Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
So him as Semi could be interesting.
yeah, I think that'd be fun. Training
that
him
would be
up,
very
really
fun.
coaching him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. I could definitely.
And then
Yeah, especially
pretending-
during that fighting scene.
And then pretending he's the prince.
pretending he's
Holy shit! No, that makes that even funnier. That makes all of the purchases and all of the pretending he's the prince way funnier. Wow!
Oh my god! And especially the fact that that Lisa's sister believes it. Like if it's him, it's so much funnier.
More than anything. Yikes! Oh no! Oh, Stan, just trying to make it.
Fuck.
The best part about
just trying to make it out in this crazy world, Stan.
wow. What about
bless this context.
I mean, I think putting him as Mr. McDowell makes sense, except for that he has to be Lisa's dad, and that's maybe I mean, at least it could be mixed. That's fine. But
yeah.
But I think he makes Lisa's dad has a lot of Stan energy, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's got a lot
big
of that,
Stan energy for sure.
Suck up.
He's got so much BSE.
He's got so much BSE. Wow, that's true though. He's got a lot of Podolak in him.
It's like tries to conspire, but just screws up his way through it.
Yeah, exactly. He's always trying to think about the angles, but in a way that will not work and will make him look like a total kiss ass. That's Stan. I think Mr. McDowell's a little. He's snakier than Stan is. Stan is pretty earnest.
Yeah.
And I think Mr. McDowell is just a little bit more clearly greedy in some ways that Stan is not. Stan is pure.
Yeah.
He's just a bumbly boy that has never heard of the NBA.
It just occurred to me that for listeners who haven't heard this in a while, Stan is Stan Podolak from Space Jam.
Sorry, everyone.
This is my man.
Who's this guy?
This is a reference to the movie Space Jam and our episode on it where we got obsessed with Stan Podolak as performed by Wayne Knight, who was the assistant to Michael Jordan in that movie. So we decided what it would be funny if he was in every movie.
And should.
So that's what this is.
Wow.
I love the idea of somebody listening to this and thinking that we just made up a character named Stan Podolak.
Who would he be? Who's Stan Podolak?
Yeah, utter nonsense. Absolute lunacy.
That's terrifying. You know what I think? I legitimately think that we have talked more about Stan Podolak than any podcast.
Yeah,
I think
that's got to be true based on the amount of times we've done this context. I'm sure an episode of a podcast has talked for at least 60 minutes about Stan Podolak one time. But we've done
There's got to be a Space Jam podcast
times
out there, right?
Yeah, a Space Jam podcast, exactly. They've explored the character of Stan Podolak, but there's no way they've tread the ground like we have.
No.
That's something we have.
We are innovators in the Stan Podolak space. We are leaders in this community.
We're disrupting the Stan Podolak space.
Absolutely. I think it'd be fun. What if, let's see. I'm trying to really throw a curveball in here. And
it's hard because every curveball is still very fun.
Yeah, because Stan.
I mean, all right, we have to talk about the big one. What if he's the prince? What if he's Prince Aki? What if Stan Podolak?
So he's adopted.
Prince Aki. Yeah, or it's just colorblind casting, but it's Stan Podolak.
Oh, yikes!
I know. I don't like it.
That hurts and it's not good. But let's explore it.
Yeah.
That hurts and it's not good, but let's explore it. That's the motto of my life. Let's see. I think that could actually explain maybe why he's such a black sheep. Why he's I don't really like all this stuff. I just want to I mean, it would kind of change the movie and be about. It would be called Coming Back to America, maybe. Maybe,
I don't know if it would change the movie at all to make Stan Podolak the main character of this. I don't know if that's true, David.
That was bold of me, and I'm sorry for saying something so brave that it would change the movie to cast Wayne Knight instead of Eddie Murphy as the main character.
If Stan Podolak is playing that Eddie Murphy role, does that mean he's playing every Eddie Murphy?
Oh my God, yes. Okay.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
The only problem with that is that they all have to still be white because there's no way I can condone anyone doing blackface.
Nope.
So then Wayne
Nope.
Knight becomes. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Oh no.
He's the lead singer of Sexual Chocolate.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so you're right though. So what you're saying is not replace the character of Akeem with Stan Podolak.
Just replace Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy with Stan Podolak. The character.
And not Wayne
Podolak.
Knight.
Yep.
The character
Precisely.
Stan Podolak is getting an acting role in a movie
And a
where he
writing
plays
credit.
multiple characters and a writing credit.
Yeah, just
Where he plays an African prince.
That's it, baby. That's it. I think
Like,
we
you don't even
figured
have
it
to
out.
explore the dimensions of that. Just saying it is enough.
That's incredibly good, and I think we figured it out.
As much as I hate moving on from Stan Podolak, I think we may need to move on from Stan Podolak.
We'll be back, Stan.
Is there anybody else we want Stan to be?
Lisa.
Lisa would be a good Stan.
Yeah, I stand that.
yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
God. All right.
No,
Let's do another context. Let's do another context. What is a practical life lesson you could learn from this movie?
learn how to fight with sticks.
Learn how to
Because
fight
there's
with
sticks
isn't
everywhere,
that-
baby. Like, you learn how to fight with gun. Sometimes you don't have a gun. You learn how to fight with sword. Sometimes people don't. See, though, nobody has swords anymore. It's not 1902. But learn how to fight with stick. Everybody has stick. Theodore Roosevelt knew it best. Carry a big stick, learn how to fight. That's what he said.
Yeah. I mean,
Carry
you
a
got
big stick,
you
learn
got
how to
one.
hit people with it. That classic Teddy Roosevelt line.
Smack him with your stick, baby. I'm Teddy D. Teddy R. He called himself
And it was
Teddy
just,
D.
I was going to say he corrected himself in the original quote,
Teddy
too.
R. Wait R. Teddy D. Wait R is what he called himself in the original quote.
It's just got that big Teddy D energy.
That's exactly right. Okay, that's one. That's mine. That's the one I learned from this movie.
Okay, that's a good lesson to take away. Certainly.
Maybe. Go ahead.
I'm still thinking.
Well, like, I mean, this is cheesy, but follow your heart because it'll work out. Like, it's
Yeah,
not really
I mean-
that practical, but it is like.
I don't
And
I
it's
don't know if it's quite that black and white.
it's not.
Because there are characters in the movie who follow their heart and it doesn't work out. Like Daryl, for example.
That's a good point.
However, it does make them happier ultimately
Yeah.
than the people who don't follow their heart.
Yeah.
Except, I guess, the king and queen of Zamunda, who do seem pretty happy with how things are.
And like, I guess Mr. McDowell did follow his heart in that his heart is made of $1 bills that he loves because he just wants that money. And so I guess he did follow his heart, even though it was a gross little weasel heart.
Well, if you follow your heart and you have more money than the other guy, things will work out.
There you go. Yep. If you follow your heart from a place of privilege, then it will work out. That's
Yes,
the practical
there we
life
go.
lesson.
There
to
it
learn,
is.
Which is
Yeah,
legitimately a
there we
go. That is
practical life
practical,
lesson.
yeah.
Like that sucks.
It's a
lesson.
practical life
It
lesson.
sucks.
It won't apply to any of you, but you can use it.
It'll apply to why your life does suck.
Right. Because you tried to follow your heart, but you didn't have the safety net to fall back on, and therefore you weren't able to fail.
Yeah, you work at McDowell's now.
Hey.
Yeah.
Fun. That's a fun practical life lesson.
Yeah, here's one. How about if confronted by a man waving a shotgun, unscrew a mop and use the wood part to hit him, and then you'll win.
Yeah, learn to fight with sticks.
Learn to fight with sticks.
Yeah.
That's a fair. You know what? That is just learn to fight with sticks again. You're right. You know what? I'm sorry, David. I stole yours. I just added more steps.
That's what I'm saying. It's the only thing. It's the thesis of this
It's
movie.
the only lesson this
It's the whole thing. The whole big old scene where they both didn't have shirts on and they were fighting and everyone was like, nice. Like, that's how they got you to pay attention initially to sticks, which is
Yeah.
the true heart of this movie.
Yeah, it was the Chekhov stick.
Exactly. It was, though, is the thing. Like, it was. They proved that he knew how to fight, and then it didn't happen for a really long time, and then ba-bam, it did. And
It's true.
oh,
They paid that off.
Paid off so well.
If you're going to get a haircut at a barbershop, prepare to potentially be there a while they tell long stories and argue about whether they're true.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Be ready.
Yeah, have that built into your day.
Yeah, just be ready. You know, I'm going to say, and maybe this is like nostalgia for a time I've never had, which is a thing I have a lot. I feel like I've never been in a place where that's been the vibe when I've been getting my hair cut, because I've always gone to like fucking chain Great Clips garbage. And that's too bad.
Is it? It seems fun.
See, and that's the thing is like part of me is like I actually love it when people don't talk to me at all in public. So maybe it's actually good. But there's a part of me, again, it's the nostalgia for a thing I've never had, where like I like the idea of being in a community where I can go to a barbershop or go to a gym or go to a grocery store and see the people that I know and go, hey, neighbors, what's up? Like that sounds cool in theory. I think a lot because of Hollywood / previous generations telling me that was the only way to be a good person. And
or that was like the community revolved around this one thing.
Yes.
I mean, I think about what's going on in the neighborhood. And
it's sort of like it's the way they often portray bars and coffee shops and stuff.
Yes.
It's like, how have I ever talked to a stranger in a bar and been like...
It's terrifying.
I don't know who the regulars in a bar are, even if I'm a regular at the bar.
Yeah. Why would
the scary part is if you start talking to somebody, they might start talking back to you.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That sucks.
Especially if you've been drinking. That can go all sorts of places you don't want it to go.
Practical life lesson, don't go anywhere. Because people
it's a good one for right now, for sure.
Whether it's America or...
Well, okay.
Yeah, don't come to America.
Hey, there you go. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, wait, what about this? I actually need feedback. Okay. Is this movie, in a practical life lesson lens, telling us that lying is good or bad?
David, you have no idea that I was literally just forming the words before you started talking. Lying to someone about your identity is okay as long as it's for love.
That's not fair. I had no idea either.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's funny how these things happen. It's funny to me.
Sorry, really
it's funny to me.
That is funny. That is so funny.
Thanks, guys.
Anyway, I agree, though. I agree. Obviously, I agree because I said it. But I think this movie is kind of weird about lying. Like Lisa takes it very seriously, but everybody else in the movie is kind of cool.
Well, she takes it seriously until the moment of truth comes, and then she doesn't.
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, okay, I'm on board."
She's like, no, but then she shows up there anyway and gets married, and it's like, okay.
Daryl's like, "I never lied."
He's like, "Hey, cool, it's me."
Well,
just like Santa
technically, he did lie about getting her those earrings.
Oh, that's
he
right.
did. You're right. He did.
That's right.
And about paying all that money. Like Akeem put a money clip of hundreds,
an insane amount of money
into the collection basket for a fund for whatever Lisa was raising money for, and women's black empowerment gala or whatever it was. I don't remember what it was.
The way the preacher is talking, like in front of all these women, it's just like, what is happening?
It was so gross.
So gross.
But he did that. Akeem did that just because, like, for fun. It meant nothing to him. And then Daryl took credit for it when Lisa was like, somebody put a bunch of money in there. And Daryl was like, who could that have been? And then she was like, I knew it was you. And he was like, hey, it was. Kiss, kiss. Slimy little hairball.
Yeah, he was a liar.
Which, like, I get in some ways. There's a 5% chance that I do the same thing Daryl does in that situation, which is like, I'm kind of confused, so I'm just going to go with what you are saying right now. Ha ha ha. And then it's too late for me to back out now. I guess I'm lying. Ah! Like, I can make that concession for him, but it's not great. It's not a good look.
No.
You're right. It's not a good look.
Yep.
Lying is mostly bad, but sometimes good.
Lying is mostly bad, but sometimes good.
Unless you do it for love.
For love.
You do it for love.
Well, lie
for love.
That's a rom-com problem. Man. Like, this movie suffers from that. From the, like, rom-com needing there to be a conflict at the end sort of thing, which really, I don't think it needed to be as drawn out as it was. Actually.
There might be something to this lying thing.
Yeah.
This whole lying business.
This whole lying business.
Lying. Now that I think about it.
Tell me more, Ricky Gervais.
Here's how you invent lying.
Okay, I'm ready.
That was the first line from that. I hated that movie. Anyway, the thing about lying is when you compare the different kinds of lying that Daryl and Akeem were doing, Daryl's lies were elevating himself for things he didn't do and was taking credit for. Okay. Akeem was lowering himself for not taking credit for things he did and could do and had.
Because he was trying to approach the situation in an objective way. He was trying to be just the basic possible Akeemist he could be without his station and his money to see if that was appealing. Yeah, that's a good point. Like
and then Semi, when he lies about being the prince, it's the same thing. He's trying to elevate himself rather than good. And it backfires and it's bad.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Not really a lot, but like a little. The worst suffering that he takes is he has to shrug and make a sad face. Like it's not like he really gets his comeuppance in this movie.
Right? No. But they do treat it as like, dang it, Semi, don't do that.
Oh, you rascal.
Oh, you rapscallion, you Semi.
And he really is a rapscallion, to be fair.
What a rapscallion.
I know. Oh, man. If I ever start busting rhymes about seafood, you know my rap name's going to be Rapscallion.
I am here for it.
I'm not going to do that because I'm bad at a lot of things, and rap is in that list. But it's out there for anybody that wants to take it. I won't TM it.
Okay. If anyone out there is listening who wants to rap about seafood, hit us up, Rapscallion.
You know hit us up. Make sure you ask us. I want you to have it, but you have to tell us that you're taking it so we can be proud of you.
We want to be proud of you.
Let us be proud of you.
Let us be proud.
I can imagine now us three co-parenting a child and grabbing them by the shoulders and saying, let us be proud of you. And I think that is a great future.
Every day for 18 years.
Let me be proud of you. Aww. Is there any other practical life lessons that we can take from Coming to America?
A genuine one is if you're putting a lot of product in your hair, make sure that your hair isn't rubbing up against the wall.
Yeah, because it's going to like ruin people's wallpaper and couches, etc. Like, that's not good. That's me.
And probably take some of that product off your hair.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, that's actually more
off.
important. You're right. Forget about the wallpaper.
That's more important.
People's stuff.
Fuck the wallpaper. Screw other people's homes.
Yeah,
I agree.
Is it my house? Don't care.
Yeah, I think that pretty well covers it.
I think those are all the life lessons.
Those are all the life lessons you can get from Coming to America.
I think you're right. Wow.
Well, boys, we did it. We talked about Coming to America.
Yeah.
We did a bunch of context. We did it in ways that I'm sure no one has ever talked about Coming to America before.
Absolutely not. Someone,
I'm sure the people making the sequel never once had a conversation as like, now what if we tried putting Stan Podolak in this?
Exactly. They might have. There is a smidgen of a chance that they said, what if we put Wayne Knight in it? But nobody said, what if we replace Eddie Murphy with the fictional character Stan Podolak from Space Jam? Nobody fucking said that.
We're fucking originals, man.
God. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Okay, so the Stan one, what other ones did we do?
We talked about who won, who lost. Superlative
We did
style.
some superlatives, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about who was making it all up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, who was imagining the whole thing. And then at the end there, we learned some practical life lessons.
We did.
Mostly, I believe, stick-based.
They were all stick-based. Truly, that is the most foundational, fundamental, practical life lesson that Coming to America has to offer.
You gotta learn to fight with sticks.
Sticks are everywhere.
You heard it here first, America.
Seriously. I'm actually sold on it. Like, I'm not joking. I said it as a joke, and now I'm like fully stick into it. I want to learn how to fight with sticks because sticks are truly everywhere.
Yeah.
There are more.
Well,
maybe
okay.
Maybe rocks. Maybe rocks.
No. There are sticks everywhere. There aren't necessarily fight-worthy sticks everywhere.
Okay, fair enough. That's judgy. I think every stick
I'm gonna
is
pick up a twig
Tell
and
that
it's
to,
like...
tell that to 10-year-old me.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, give me a time machine.
Your stick is not fight-worthy, young master.
You call that a stick? That's not a stick.
That's not a
Zip, this is a stick.
No, not the zip.
No, Jeffrey Toobin. I don't know why it was Jeffrey. Okay.
Had to be.
Toobin. Let's do some plugs. David, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Sure, man. Hypotheticast is a show that I'm on. And right now, actually, we just started. We decided to do, because it's March and because everybody loves basketball, including me, especially me, the NBA and the MVP are important to me. But college basketball, couldn't care less. It's March Madness right now. We decided to do a Would You Rather Madness, which is us taking 2 brackets of a bunch of Would You Rather questions, answering them, and then pitting those answers against each other. So they start to become incredible nonsense as you get further and further into the bracket until we get to the final one, which is the most nonsensical of all. And we're doing that all of March. So it's going to be a real adventure. It's going to be absolutely batshit. And
That sounds exciting.
So far,
Sounds
very
thrilling.
fun. So tune into that if you care about, I don't know, jokes or something. Then you should come say hi. Hypotheticast. That's a thing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. I will definitely be keeping my ears and eyes open for that.
Bahn, tell me what you got.
Nothing.
0.
0. But I guess it is related to the movie we talked about today, but in that it stars Eddie Murphy. We just rewatched Bowfinger, Christian and I, a few days ago, and that movie holds the hell up. Watch it. It's my favorite Eddie Murphy performance.
Wow.
And it's just, and Steve Martin, it's definitely in the top 3, I think, Steve Martin performances too.
And he wrote it, so it's like extra.
sure.
It's like it's a really good showing from Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Although we run down afterwards his filmography, and I realized I've only seen like 2 or 3 Steve Martin movies ever.
We gotta get on
It's
that.
crazy how many Steve Martin movies I've never seen.
We gotta get you in front of the jerk.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, there's not only a lot that I haven't seen, there's just a lot. He was in like every damn thing.
There's a lot of stuff.
And I haven't seen most of
Terror
it.
for a while. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, Bowfinger. I can't remember where it was streaming. Was it Prime? No.
HBO Max.
HBO Max, that's right. Yep. So check it out.
Yeah.
Christian, how about you?
Oh, thank you for asking. I've got my best of 2020 playlist still up on Spotify. I haven't taken it down, I guess is my point. Started on 2021. There are currently, I believe, 4 songs on there, so off to a great start in March. But otherwise, pop culture thing, pour moi, which is for me in French.
Aw.
Yeah. Would be... I just finished playing Spiritfarer, the video game. I played to the end, and I love that game with all of my heart and soul. It is one of the most pleasant experiences of any video game I think I've ever played. It's just so goddamn nice.
It's the best.
It's a game where you play the titular Spiritfarer, a person who ferries folk on their way to death or to the other side. They're represented as animals, and the animal forms kind of reflect their personalities a bit, and each one of them has like little tasks and sort of like arcs that they have to go on before they can go to the Everdoor where you set them
and
into
foods
the,
that they like.
and foods that they like. It's got all the stuff I love about Stardew Valley: great relationships, farming, crafting, and stuff like that. But like all simple, like simplified stuff. It's not like
great music.
Great music. Fucking great music. And the hand-drawn animation is gorgeous. Don Bluth style animation. This studio, Thunder Lotus, also did Sundered and Jotun, both of which we played, also have great art.
It's weird. It's a weird game because like it also has platforming. Like it's a platformer. It's just not
a little
hard.
bit. Yeah.
It's not a hard one, but it is from the side and you jump around like a platformer. But it's like Stardew Valley. More
the locomotion is great.
Yeah,
like that's what's so great about it.
So
the movement is so satisfying.
Everything about it's so pleasant.
Yeah, it's I highly recommend anyone out there who's even sort of interested in video games check out Spiritfarer. It's a really really great experience.
Yeah, super unique.
It's very unique. Yeah. So yeah, that's for me.
That's for you.
All right, That's for me. All right, boys. Well, I look forward to doing another one of these with you very soon.
Oh.
But, in the meantime, there's only one question left to ask. It's the only thing left in the episode, so don't you folks worry. There's not much more beyond this. But you do have to listen through the end of this question and its answer, which is, David, did you have any final thoughts you'd like to leave us with this week?
When does the Earth go in the real direction?
Thank you for listening to Contextual Deviance. You can find more information about us online at our website, contextualdeviance.wordpress.com. You can tweet at us at textdeviance. You can email us at contextualdeviance@gmail.com. Thanks to Minneapolis' own The Bad Man for the use of their song Gun Tonic off the album Ain't Clean. This has been Contextual Deviance. My name is Christian Hagen, and have a nice day.
Have a nice day! What's a good sitcom name we can use this time?
Ooh, what's a sitcom?
Jesus.
Ren from Even Stevens. Have we said that person yet?
Ren, we haven't.
Ren. It could also be Ren from Ren and Stimpy.
We could just say Ren, it'll be both.
Yeah, it'll be both.
Kylo.
I ship it.
Yeah, Ren and Ren.
That's my ship, Ren.
Ren from Even Stevens, Ren from Ren and Stimpy, and Kylo Ren from Star Wars.
Oh, hell yeah, that's a good try.
Ren. When Kylo Ren and Ren from Ren and Stimpy have a child and they name it Ren.
And that's Ren from Even Stevens.
Yeah. Ren
Ren from Even Stevens.
Ren from Even Stevens is a child of Ren from Ren and Stimpy and Kylo Ren. I think that's completely canon. There's no way you can't prove that that's not true.
No.
That's definitely going to be what leads into the intro. Okay, but let's do the countdown. Okay, I'll do 3, 2, 1, Ren.
Great.
Sorry, I have to stop laughing long enough to do it.
Bing bong.
3, 2, 1, Ren.